Hello everyone, I'm Jasper and this is JJ Vids. Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the JL W7 subwoofer, but in particular we're going to be comparing the 12 W7 subwoofer to the 10 W7 subwoofer, and they're both in different applications, one being a station wagon, one being a coupe. So they're going to sound a lot different, but I want to compare both of the subwoofers side by side because it's an amazing subwoofer to put into your car, and both of these subs are way different from one another, even though they're both W7. So with that being said, we're going to hop right on into today's video. Stay tuned. Let's start off by taking a look at the cars that these subwoofers are mounted in, and the first car we have is the 2002 Lexus IS300 Sportcross, Sportcross being the wagon variant of the IS300, and this car has the 12 W7 AE subwoofer in it with the JL Audio specific high output Pro Wedge box, which is specifically designed for this W7 subwoofer. Really nice application. And then here we have a 2012 Ford Mustang Boss 302, and believe it or not, this also has a JL W7 in it, but this is a 10 W7 in the universal ground shaker ported box, which is a more universal application for a box. It's not the designated design box like the box we have over there, because JL didn't make a special designed ported box for the 10 W7, only the 12 W7. But with that being said, those are the two subwoofers side by side. So taking a look at the 12 W7 AE mounted in the Lexus IS300 Sportcross. This is a 2,000 watt peak power subwoofer, like I said before, mounted in the JL Audio specific high output Pro Wedge box, which is specifically designed for the 12 W7 subwoofer. And the way that this subwoofer came from JL when I got it new was just like this. I didn't have to put the subwoofer into the box or the box, connected to the subwoofer. It literally came all together like this, and all I had to do was plug it in, obviously with amplifiers and all that set up. But the W7 series of subwoofers is designed to be in a ported box rather than a sealed box because they hit better that way. The W7 is the flagship top-of-the-line version of the JL series of subwoofers, and JL makes a lot of different subwoofers for a lot of different things, some of them being better in ported boxes, some of them being better in sealed boxes, but the W7 in both of these cars are definitely better in a ported box, which both of them are. And that's a pretty good look at the 12 W7 AE. One other important thing to mention is this is a 20th anniversary edition. Same thing goes for the 10 W7. This is also a 20th anniversary edition subwoofer, and this one is mounted in the universal ground shaker ported box rather than the specific JL high output box we have over there for the 12. But the 10 W7 is meant to be a much more crisp hitting subwoofer, where the 12 W7 is just meant to pound a lot more. The 12 W7 still has a really good high, mids, and lows, but the 10 W7 is really going to complement all your songs rather than, be a really hard bass subwoofer for all the songs. Now, this thing still slaps really hard and is a really good subwoofer. All I'm trying to say is that the 10 W7 will mesh better with the overall song rather than the 12 W7. The 12 W7 is just a little bit more of a thunder cannon than the 10. Just turn the car on. We're going to play the first demo song for you. This is the 12 W7 AE in the Pro Wedge high output box. So I think that's a pretty good look at the 12 W7 AE on how that thing slaps. Let's move over to the Boss 302 and hear how the 10 W7 AE sounds on the same exact song. So as you guys can tell, the 10W7 definitely still slaps, but you can hear a lot more rattling coming from this car as opposed to the Lexus, and that's because we have a lot less Dynamat applied to this. And what Dynamat is the sound insulation that really contributes to how these subwoofers sound. You know, just closing this trunk and this trunk right here, we'll compare what a Dynamated trunk to a non-Dynamated trunk sounds like. So when you pound on it, it sounds pretty solid, but it still sounds kind of hollow because it's not fully Dynamated. What a non-Dynamated panel sounds like is like knocking on the side of this car like this. You know, that sounds fully hollow, but now we're going to take a look at the Lexus Sportcross and knock on the back of this panel because this is a absolutely fully Dynamated panel, and just tell the difference. Solid as a rock. And the Dynamat and the sound insulation is a huge factor in how your subwoofer will sound in your car, because the Boss 302 has very minimal Dynamat, and you get a lot of rattles from this car whenever that sub hits because it's a very powerful sub. Yet, in the Lexus IS300 Sportcross, we have a bigger sub with a better designed ported box, which slaps way harder, but we have no rattles because we Dynamated every square foot of this car, and that alone makes a huge difference in the overall sound quality on how a sound system will sound in your car. There are a couple new gadgets I installed in the Lexus IS300 Sportcross that's new from the last sound system video that I made, so I'm going to show you what those are right here. And just opening up the door, the first thing is the hardwired radar detector, and this radar detector is just hardwired up through the headliner, down through the A-pillar, and then connected to a 12 volt somewhere in the car. So I don't have a wire dangling from the cigarette lighter up here to the radar, just kind of compromising the overall look of the dash. And then the second thing I installed, which was a really well needed one, was the dash camera right here. And this dash camera is a special Kenwood dash camera that connects right here to my Kenwood head unit. And I'll pop a video up right here, but you can see that this dash camera is integrated into the head unit, and I got a backup camera installed, which is right here, which is also integrated into the head unit as well. Now taking a look at the 2012 Mustang Boss 302, and I haven't shown you guys this car on this YouTube channel yet, so we're going to take a look at the interior to see what's going on in here. The first thing we notice is we got the Alpine ILX W650 wired Apple CarPlay head unit. And then we have this custom dash right here, which has integrated electronic climate control. It retains the OEM clock in there. And another thing that's here is the same hardwire kit for the Escort radar that I have in my car. He just doesn't have the radar detector in this at the moment, but this car does have a pretty cool Easter egg in the trunk, which I'm going to show you right now. You know, as you guys saw before, we do have the 10W7 subwoofer mounted right here, but you know, if you just take a look at this overall trunk, it looks like a pretty factory trunk, but taking a look down here, the subwoofer is actually levitating. It's not actually mounted to the bottom of the trunk. It's actually mounted to the back of the frame of the car. So no matter what happens, if you roll this thing off a cliff, God forbid, the subwoofer is not going to move in this thing. But the cool part about this trunk right here is this integrated area, which you can just pop open. We can see his JL Audio amplifier down there, which powers the W7. And he also has a tire inflator kit and a couple other roadside assistant tools in there, you know, just in case. And it's really cool to see that build in there because I have a very similar build in my Lexus, having all the roadside equipment and the subwoofer in the car. Which is a really hard feat to accomplish because when you go with a big subwoofer like this in any car, most of the time you're going to have to give up your spare tire, your roadside assistance kit, and all that stuff that would be stored in your trunk. But with both of these builds right here, we get to retain all that so we can daily drive them and listen to music without having any worries. But with that being said, I think that's going to be a great place to leave off today's video because I was able to show you the 2002 Lexus IS300 Sportcross 12W7 subwoofer, and I got to show you the 10W7 subwoofer mounted in the 2012 Mustang Boss 302, which is a really cool thing. And make sure you guys remember to sign up for the $50 O'Reilly's gift card giveaway that I'm still hosting for the channel. We're less than 50 subscribers away from the 500 subscriber giveaway, so make sure you sign up for that for a chance to win. With that being said, thank you everyone for watching and supporting the JJ Vids channel. Like this video, turn on the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.